What's the biggies? It's your Zola. Welcome back to my channel. Look at me actually putting in something towards my videos. Like, yes, we're back at the, I'm gonna call this a story time wall, the sit down wall, okay, period. I've had no motivation to post, like, whatsoever. Even though I could have done quick little 5-10 minute videos, and I just decided to sit down and do nothing. So here we are today with a quick little story time. And yes, you saw the title, it's my first fight story time. Yeah, so when I tell you guys, like, nobody knows about this except for the people that were in the situation. Like, literally none of my family knows about this. The reason being was because me and the girl in this story, like, we're always in trouble together or whatever, so they don't like her because of that. So they didn't even know that she was going to the same school as me. Like, I couldn't tell anyone or they would have taken me out of the school, and I didn't want that. So here we are. Before we get into the story time, don't forget to like and subscribe, okay? Like, yeah, we're close to 150. We're close to 150. We're getting there. And let's get into the story time. Okay, so right here I'm gonna put down who is who. Okay, but like, I'm gonna still say it. So this story time goes all the way back to grade 7. So, okay, a quick, like, super quick little backstory. There's gonna be 2 backstories, but they're like super quick. He showed up to my school one day, and one of my friends, one of the girl in group, she was like, "Oh, we have this new boy in our class," and I was like, "Oh, no, he's not like that." I was just like, "Who's he?" and whatever, like, tell me about him. So then she was like, "Oh, his name is Twig," and I was like, "Twig, like, that name is familiar, right?" So I was just thinking, and I saw Twig at the bus stop this, like, the same day after, like, I found that he was there. So then I saw Twig at the bus stop, so then I asked him, I'm like, "Oh, did you go here?" And he's like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Oh, say word, like, I know you." And he's like, "Yeah, I know you too." Right, but like, he's just very boring. He's just kind of nonchalant or whatever, right? So I was just like, okay, like, let me back up a bit, because like, I'm all excited about finding my friend after how long, and he's just kind of like, he was boring. He was very nonchalant. It still is, but whatever. So yeah, so then over time I started to like Twig. Okay, and anytime I liked somebody, the whole grade knew. How did the whole grade know? I have no idea. I personally, I don't think I told anybody, so I have no idea how the whole grade knew. But they did. So now to get into the story. So this one day, right, me and one of my friends in group, me and her, like, the school day was over, and we always wait outside the grade 7 doors. If you went to the school, you know where the grade 7 doors are. So we always used to wait outside the grade 7 doors for the rest of our friends, and then we always used to walk to the bus stop together and then go home, because we literally lived in the same area, right? So okay, so I'm finishing this story time. I'm gonna do it on my mom's phone because mine ran out of space. I'm kind of on the time limit. Like, the story time has to be done before my brother gets home. So he's gonna come in this room and fart for no reason, just to get some attention. Anyway, so I think I was at the part where I was saying we was play fighting outside. So we're like tussling by the grade 7 doors, right? Me and her were big play fighting, like pulling on each other and whatever, to the point there's this like super small hill. So we end up like falling, rolling down the hill on top of each other, big tussling and whatever. And cause like, that's what we do, like, we fight with each other, like, playfully. So then we get up and we walk back up the hill. It's like a short walk, but like, we walk back up the hill. And then, so then here comes Minnie, right? Minnie comes and she's like, I don't remember the exact words. This is what I remember, okay? Like, don't quote me on anything, okay? Anything that was said in the story, like, don't quote me on it. But then she's like, "Oh, you want to fight group? You want to fight group?" Like, the girl, but like, I'm not gonna give them each names because it doesn't matter. They're kind of relevant to the story. So she's like, "Oh, you want to fight group? You want to fight group?" And I was like, "Yeah, I want to fight group." And she's like, "Okay, then fight me next." So I put my paws up. I'm like, "Okay, then bet. Come here." And then she says, "Tomorrow at lunch." So automatically in my head, I'm like, what? Like, in my head, And the whole time I went home, I'm like, I hope this girl doesn't think like we're actually gonna fight, because this is a play fighting thing. Like, I would have fought you on site right now. Like, I wasn't planning to like actually get into physical altercation with you, girl. And then two, I knew I couldn't fight then. Like, I mean, if you got me mad enough, I definitely could have rocked you. Skinny and all, I would have rocked you. Okay, people would have been digging your grave right now. Trust. Can never just wait. I'm still gonna talk because okay, so then yeah, she's like she's like, okay, tomorrow at lunch. So in my head I'm like, what? But I didn't say anything because I wasn't the type to really speak up about things I was thinking about then. Like, if it was now, I would have been like, I hope you don't think we're actually fighting, because this is a little play thing. Okay, but then I was just like, okay, bet. Not knowing what I got myself into. And then she's talking about, she's like, wear braids in your head, or like boxer braids in your head or something. She's like no hair pulling. And I'm like, okay, yeah. But like in my head, I'm like, what the hell is she talking about? Like, we're not actually fighting. So then like so I'm like, okay. And then so my friends come, the rest of the group comes, and we're all walking home. So I'm telling them what Minnie said, and I'm just like, I actually don't want to fight her. Like, there wasn't a reason to fight. Now then and now, if I didn't have a reason to fight you, I wasn't going to. Like, I'm not the type to like make up beef. Right? Like, I'm not gonna make up beef with you to like start a fight or nothing. Like, no, if I have no reason to fight you, I'm not gonna touch you. I'm not going to. I might cut you out, but like, I'm not gonna touch you. Like, there's no reason to. So the whole time I was walking home, I'm here telling them like, I really don't want to fight. And I think they're like, oh, just tell her you don't want to fight, tell her you don't want to fight. And I'm just like, no, like, I'm scared. No, I'm scared. No. Like, and I could have said that and none of this would have happened, right? Okay, fast forward to the next day. In the morning, now then, it was my nana that used to braid my hair, because I didn't know how to take care of my hair properly, right? Like, I really wouldn't went to school with like naps in my head. So in the morning, I couldn't braid my hair myself. Like, I couldn't part it straight, I couldn't comb it out without crying, like, myself, right? So then I just end up putting my hair, I just want to put my hair in one puff, okay? And I just go to school. The whole day up until lunch, I was avoiding this girl. I was on the lookout, like, I was scoping this girl out, looking for her, like, not to like talk to her or nothing. I didn't say hi to her. I was avoiding her the whole time. Like, if I saw her coming my direction in the hallway, I ducked down and I'm walking the other way. I'm not trying to wind up crossing her trying to get to my class. I try to catch her in the library, even in the bathroom. Nothing. Like, if I heard she was in the bathroom, my feet are going up on the toilet seat. Like, it's not that I was scared of her, I just didn't want to hear about the fight, right? So yes, you could have said I was ducking smoke, because like, I really was, because there wasn't even smoke to be ducking, but still low-key ducky smoke. So then lunchtime comes, right? And now normally I wasn't allowed at all to go out for lunch, and I still would anyways because I didn't care. And I never even brought lunch to school, so what am I supposed to eat there? So I used to go for lunch almost every day, right? But that day I didn't. I stayed in and I sat with group and some of these other kids, and I'm talking and I'm holding my head low on the table like, yo, I don't want to fight her. Like, I actually don't want to, right? And I was like mad, like I was kind of scared because I'm like, there's no reason to fight. I hear the door behind me open. Like, I can't really describe how we ate, but like, we ate in the gym, right? So there was two gym doors. There was one by the office and then there was one by my classroom, kind of. So the one by my classroom opened up and I just barely turned and I saw Minnie, and I was, what am I doing? I saw Minnie and I was like, oh my god, like, Shorty really came in here looking for me. I was shocked. I don't even know the word. I was shook. So I'm telling, so then she come again and she's like, come, like, we gotta go. I think she said, come, we gotta go fight or something. So I'm like, no, like, I don't wanna go. big grinning. No, I don't want to go. I don't want to fight you. Like, we're not fighting. And whatever. And I'm still, mind you, I'm telling her no, I don't want to go fight. And I'm getting up and I'm walking with her. Does that make any sense? Does that make any sense? Anyways, so I get up and I'm walking with her, still telling her no, like, I don't want to fight. I'm not gonna fight you. We have no reason to fight, blah blah. And she's like, no, just come, just come. Everybody's already waiting. What do you mean everybody's waiting? What do you mean everybody's waiting? Bro, in my head, as soon as she said that, I'm like, what the does this girl mean everybody is waiting? Who everybody? I look at it like, who everybody? You must be everybody. Like, who is everybody? Like, I was big shocked, bro. Anyways, so then I really hope the audio is good, because if it's not, I'm gonna cry. So we get outside the grade 7 doors, and then she's like, no, I stopped walking, because at this point, like, I'm actually getting serious, right? I'm like, yo, like, I'm not fighting. We have no reason to fight. Like, we're not fighting. And then, now, don't get her wrong, I'm not like excusing her for what she said, but she genuinely thought, I'm gonna tell y'all what she thought, but like, she genuinely thought that I like said something about her, which is why she wants to fight, right? Which is why she kept telling me, like, let's go, let's go, let's go. Mind you, I didn't know that I had said something about her, because I didn't. Okay, but she thinks that I did, and I didn't know, right? So I'm here thinking, like, this girl's just like trying to like stir up something or whatever. So I'm like, oh, I don't want to go. And then she's like, oh, if you don't go, I'm gonna tell everybody you like Twig. No, I don't know. She didn't say like Twig. She's like, if you don't go, I'm gonna tell everyone that you kissed Twig or something. It was either you kissed Twig or you like Twig, but I think it was you kissed Twig. So now I'm like, in my head, I'm like, oh my god. Like, I wasn't scared for everyone to know that I did. But the thing is, I didn't want it to wind up where the teachers found out, and then the teachers went to call my aunt and tell her. She didn't tell me to school to be kissing boys. I wasn't going to school to be kissing boys. Definitely not Twig. Of all boys, definitely not Twig. Okay. So, but yeah, like, I was shocked. I was astounded. I was put back or whatever. I don't know about. So then I'm like, you know what? I don't. And then I start walking with her again, and I'm like, you know what? I don't care. You can tell them, because it's still to this day. Like, you can say whatever you want to somebody about me. Once I know that's not true, I don't care. Okay, if that person wants to believe that about me, that's their business, and their business alone. Okay, their business, and whoever else believes it, business. Okay, once I know I didn't do it, I don't care who you tell. Go tell Trump. What is he gonna do? Fight me for that too? But yeah, so I'm still walking with her, right? And I'm like, yo, like, I seriously don't want to fight you. But then we're walking, she's telling me, okay, no hair pulling. I think she had in braids that day. Because either she had in braids or she had a puff, but I think she had in braids. So she's like, okay, remember, like, no hair pulling, no kicking, no stepping on. That was my sister. Like, no, none of that, right? She's like, no kicking, no hair pulling, no this, no that, whatever. And in my head, I'm like, yeah, okay. So there's a plaza by my middle school, okay? And down the plaza, there's a park. So we're going down to the park, and there's like this hill. You can either go down the hill and jaywalk, or you can crosswalk. We went down the hill and we jaywalked, right? Like I always do. We jaywalk. We're walking across the road. We get there. Yeah, I can't even tell you how far my heart dropped down, okay? Oh my god, like, I'm reliving the moment, bro. Like, I'm shaking. Like, this shit was so embarrassing. I'm walking down. The first person I see is Twig. Oh my god, I wanted to cry. I wanted to run. I wanted to leave. I wanted to go. And I'm like, never this girl trying to embarrass me in front of Twig. Why? So she's like, so I see Twig, and I'm like, oh Oh my god, like never really sure to be. I saw Twig and I saw 3 of my friends and I see Twig. So now they start making a circle, right? And me and Minnie, I almost said her name. Me and Minnie go into the middle. So now I'm like thinking like, oh my god, like this is my first fight, like what I do. So now we're like, come, wait, give me her. Okay. Oh, sorry. Say hi. Look. Girl. Oh, who's there? Oh. Hi. Hello. You wake up? Okay, so yeah. So now I'm walking around. So, okay. We get into the circle and they start making a circle around us. So now I'm like, oh my god, like what do I do? So I kind of put my hands up like this, right, like playfully though, because I'm here, I'm still like, I'm kind of thinking, oh my gosh, I'm kind of thinking this is playful, and then to like, I'm hoping it's playful, because y'all, I was really not about to fight this girl. Anyways, so okay, so then I start putting, like I put my like hands up, and then we start kind of walking in a circle, like you know those wrestling people, they start walking in a circle and whatever. So we're doing that, and then I don't really remember all that happened in the fight. All I remember is I felt her grab my hair, and then she like kind of swung me around. This is so embarrassing. Yes, I did lose. If you guys didn't help on the title, I did lose because I wasn't planning to fight her, right? But yeah, so I felt her, I don't remember what happened over that, but I felt her grab my hair and she kind of like swung me. The way she swung me, it kind of like turned me around. You know what I'm saying? Oh! I'm sorry. Like that. So now like I'm on my back on the ground, right? And everybody's like, oh, oh. So I get up. Now mind you, I was like here, and because she pulled my hair after she said she wasn't going to, I was up here. Okay, I was real vexed. Like I could have spoke patois if I was angry about it. Okay, like I was upset. So she calms down. So I'm like, I start crying because when I get angry, like I'm gonna cry. Like still, like if you get me angry enough, I'm gonna start crying. Like don't make that fool you and think that I'm giving up or whatever. Like I'm still like pressed as hell. So now I get up off the ground, right? I think I fixed my hair, fixed the hair tie in my hair, and I'm like, I start big cussing her out. Yes, I did cuss her out. For any parents watching this, I did because I was upset. But yeah, I cuss her out, and then I'm walking away from the park, and I'm just like giving it to her, right? And I'm walking away. I'm cussing across the street, cussing as I'm walking up to the plaza, cussing on my way out to school. Now, one of the other girls in group, I'm walking and I have tears running down my face. I'm red, like I was big mad. And then she sees me, she's like, yo, Zola, what happened? So I'm here telling her everything that happened, and then these twins were there too, right? So I'm telling all 3 of them like what happened and whatever. And I'm saying how I'm upset with one of the other girls, the girl in group who was there because she didn't jump in or nothing. I was big mad. And then this other girl was saying, you just needed some attention too. So yeah, I'm upset with her because she didn't jump in. This other girl saying that she would have jumped in but didn't and whatever. Like I was just pressed as hell. And then I was mainly upset too because Twig was there. Why are you gonna do that in front of Twig? Why? And I think no, I'm not even putting all the information out there. But yeah, like I was hella mad, right? And then let me tell y'all how the next day after all this was over, like I was heated. I was so angry. And then I just hear Twig big a kikiing about it and whatever. People was kikiing about it. And no, before I went to the next day, the same day as we're going back to school after lunch to all our classes or whatever, everyone's walking down the hallway. People I don't even know. Yo, Zola, are you okay? I see how she dragged you. Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. In my head, I knew I could have did better, but I didn't because I didn't have a reason to fight her. You know what I'm saying? So then the next day now, I was still so angry, but I was praying too that I didn't get a call home. Because if I did, it was up and out of the school hours. Okay. So I get to school and I'm by my locker. Can you not fall? Like, I'm recording. Girl. Look at me. Look at me. Was that necessary? Girl. You. Absolutely disgusting. Mother, please come for your child. So then, I'm in my locker the next day. And she's like, she comes to my locker. I think it was either the next day or 2 days after, but I'm pretty sure it was the next day. She goes to my locker and she's like, oh, Zola, like, she's like, hey, Zola. And I think I answered her. And she's like, I'm sorry about the other day about us fighting and whatever else she said. And then she's like, I hope we can make up and become friends. Now, if that was today, I would have said no, because you're not gonna, first of all, like, beat me up and embarrass me in front of somebody that I like, and then think it's okay and we're gonna fight after. No. But then, because I was such a forgiving person, I said, yeah, sure, but like, it's gonna take us a minute, you know what I'm saying? Because like, that wasn't cool. But I kind of let her know that, like, I had to keep it G, you know? But yeah. And then from that day on, like, we were good after that, but I was like still hella cross with her. And the video was it wasn't everywhere, but like, people had it. I don't think it reached social media because I wasn't allowed to use it because of previous incidents out. But saying I don't think it reached social media. If it did, that is double embarrassing. But yeah, and I have never ever been in any fights since. Like, if that didn't happen, I would not have been in any fights. Like, I didn't fight nobody. Arguing, I have argued with bare people, okay? But I have not fought any. No, I'm not all talking because I'll really deal with you if I get a chance, okay? But yeah, but like, we're all good. It's no beef between us, none of that, or whatever. Like, that's my girl. And Twig, we're not even gonna speak about it. But yeah, that is the end of my story time. I hope it was somewhat interesting because talking about it, I had to relive that. That was embarrassing and interesting to tell again. Like I said, don't really quote me on everything in the story because I don't remember everything that happened. This was grade 7 and I'm going to grade 11. Okay. But yeah, that's what happened. So more of the story, don't be afraid to speak up if you don't want to do something. Like, this is also where no is no comes in. Oh my god, her head is so big. And don't let somebody force you into doing something you don't want to do. Don't let somebody blackmail you into doing something you don't want to do, because it's not cool. Like, if you don't want to, like, who cares? If people see you as, then that's their problem. Once you know that you are and you can fend for yourself and you need to, then it's all good. Who cares? Who cares? But yeah, that's the end of my story time. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you want another story time. I want to say bye. Tell everyone bye and subscribe. Bye. Look. Tell them. Bye. Subscribe. Subscribe. Yeah, I will see you guys next video. Bye. See you. Look at the camera. Oh my goodness. Bye guys.